RINVOQ is gonna come down from heaven and you just take this little easy pill and it's just super safe and it's gonna take all of our pain and suffering away. These are real people with real, lasting, consistent results. Healthy skin, 100% natural, no drugs. What's up, my friends? Welcome to another video. I'm Rob Stewart. I'm here to help you get your skin and your overall health back on track. I've been watching a lot of college football lately and I've been seeing an ad for RINVOQ. It's a new drug for skin disease. It's also for arthritis. It's a miracle drug. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you exactly how companies like RINVOQ, who create drugs for people who have skin disease, manipulate you with their ads and their marketing. You might even go so far as to say that pharmaceutical companies are the reason all of us have eczema today.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now I can disrupt eczema with RINVOQ.
So 12 seconds in and they're already trying to get super tricky. They're trying to make you believe that even if you've tried all the other pharmaceutical drugs in the world and they haven't helped your eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, or rosacea, what they call sebderm, this one will magically work. Even though all the other drugs gave you side effects, didn't really give you lasting results, and when you got off those drugs, all your symptoms came back even worse, so it didn't touch the root issue. But even though you messed up with all those other drugs and they didn't work, our fancy new drug will definitely help you. They're also using a very subtle psychological marketing technique right here. Notice the very first thing they do in their ad is they talk about the symptoms and the suffering and the frustration that you guys who have skin disease, and like I used to, are going through. The itchiness, the painfulness, the social isolation. They're poking at your pain to make you feel, yeah, this really sucks. I'm in pain and I'm suffering. So they're kind of opening up a psychological wound because they're also going to give you the answer to that problem.
RINVOQ is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill once a day that's effective without topical steroids. Many taking RINVOQ saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin.
Many saw results. They didn't give a percentage. They didn't give you 1 out of 3 people, 2 out of 4. They just use an ambiguous term, many, that seems like a lot, but really when you dig into the research a little bit and when you go on their website and when you start to ask doctors how many people have taken this drug that are skin disease free and have stayed that way. And if you go to each one of your dermatologists, and I've talked to many, every single one of them has told me the same thing. Not a single person has taken RINVOQ and then been eczema, dermatitis, rosacea, or psoriasis free for the rest of their life. Not a single one. Can you imagine going to your doctor for some type of skin health issue and asking about a drug and having them be actually honest? Actually, Rob, there's never been a human being in the history of human beings who've cured their skin disease and kept it cured for the rest of their life using this drug. So it's got a 0% chance of working. Oh, sounds good, doctor. Wait, did you say a 0% chance of actually working?
Plus, they felt fast itch relief, some as early as 1 week.
Fast relief in as little as 1 week. Wow. I'm not trying to be a jerk here, people. Some of you guys watching this video will say like, holy crap, itch relief in 1 week? That's awesome. I've been itchy for months. Now, that's not how it is for almost 70% of people who have eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, and rosacea. Many of us can do a natural treatment like an oatmeal bath or a salt bath or some intermittent fasting or a cold exposure. There's many different natural ways to fight the itch and have the itch gone in hours or days. For me, my flare-up patterns were such that I would only be extremely itchy and flaky for a day or two, and then it would go away, and then it would come back, and then it would go away, and then it would come back. In this ad, RINVOQ is saying, in 1 week, in as little as 1 week, people saw some itch relief. Again, they're manipulating their words to make you guys think that there's gonna be this fast relief when really there really is not.
RINVOQ can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to RINVOQ, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Okay, and here's one of the funniest parts of the whole commercial, I think. So the commercial hasn't said anything yet. All it's done is basically say, this will take away your itchy skin really, really fast, take our drug. That's all it's really saying. Now, if you notice, this ad is 1 minute long. And the side effects, they're gonna tell you about all the side effects now. Well, some of them. And that comes at 33 seconds in. So half the commercial tells us nothing, and then the other half of the commercial tells you about the possible negative side effects that are messing with people's health for the rest of their lives sometimes. When you look at the important safety information, the risks and the possible side effects, tears in the stomach or intestines is that it wrecks your digestion. It changes your gut biome. It messes up your intestines. It creates imbalances in your stomach. Cancer and immune problems, increased risk of cardiovascular issues, blood clots, allergic reactions, serious infections. All of these symptoms and side effects show that it has a drastic negative impact on our immune and autoimmune systems, which again, that is the root issue, and that's what we're trying to heal. Did you guys know that 70% of the ads that are on television in the United States are from pharmaceutical companies selling us crappy drugs? Let that sink in for a second. 70%.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your eczema specialist about RINVOQ.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
The United States is one of only 2 countries in the entire freaking world that allows drug companies to advertise on television. 2 countries in the entire world. Everyone else in the world understands how negative that is. Let's break this down. Doctors are not fast food restaurants. You're not supposed to go to your doctor and say, hey, I saw an ad for RINVOQ. It looks really good. Can I take it and see what happens? And then your doctor goes, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Based on your symptoms, you should be fine with RINVOQ. And then go and take it. That's absolute garbage. It's absolute garbage. Pharmaceutical companies are supposed to create drugs that save our lives. Doctors are supposed to help the people that come to them have a support system, be accountable, give us the right information, and not provide for us drugs that they know nothing about that can actually hurt us. Pharmaceutical drugs should be the last line of defense. We feel hopeless, not because we don't have an answer, but our community feels hopeless because doctors and pharmaceutical companies are telling us that we're going to have our condition for life. And there's nothing you can do about it except take our expensive drugs that could absolutely destroy your health. And they don't ever give you an opportunity to heal the root issue. They just remove symptoms and cause other issues. Another crazy fact is that the biggest fines in the history of the FDA have come from pharmaceutical companies. The number 1 fine in the history of the FDA has come from Pfizer, and I believe it was like 2-point-something million or even billion dollars, which is crazy. Here's my main problem, is that I do not believe that pharmaceutical companies actually give a shit about the health of people. They're not creating drugs to help people and cure disease around the world. They're just making products that they can make money with. Now, if you're someone who's in so much pain and suffering, you've done your research, you're educated about the drug that you are deciding to take, then I have no issue with you. This is a free country. It's your body, and you have to deal with your pain and suffering in the best way that you know how. So I'm not blaming anyone who makes the decision to go and take a pharmaceutical drug. All I'm saying is, why can't we have a system that focuses on actually healing people and helping people rather than just making money off of them? Why can't we have a system where there is no pharmaceutical ads on television, and when we go to see our doctor, they actually do a thorough checkup, a holistic checkup, and they start with the basics of our health. What's our diet like? What's our emotions like? What's our stress levels like? What's our family life like? Doctors never ask that stuff, and especially when it comes to eczema, dermatitis, and psoriasis, you hear the same crap from the doctors. This is for life, you will have it forever, and the only way to manage it, you can never get rid of it, is to take a drug like RINVOQ, which does nothing to the root issue. Bottom line, people, is be educated and make sure you're making decisions that are based on logic, that are based on truth, and that feel right for yourself. If you're someone who's trying to naturally heal your skin, there is a step-by-step path for getting rid of eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, rosacea. We kind of have established that already. But also, if you're someone who is simply in so much pain and suffering and you're just not making, you just can't live a normal, healthy, comfortable life at all, and you're like, I'm going to not focus on the long-term healing and I'm going to focus on some short-term pain relief, I don't blame you. Just make sure that you're well educated with the side effects, with all the negative aspects of what these drugs can do, and you're well educated. Make sure you ask your doctor lots and lots of questions. I don't think these pharmaceutical companies give a crap about your skin health in any way, shape, or form. It's obvious the only thing they care about is making as much money quarterly as they possibly can for as long as they possibly can, no matter how messed up it creates our medical system, no matter how many lives it negatively affects for people who have false hope and get sicker rather than better. It's tragic. And these doctors who are supposed to be our saviors, our helpers, the people who we go to when we need medical attention, they're telling us that you're gonna be skin diseased for life. And what does that lead to for people like us? Hopelessness, absolute devastation, sadness. The thing that's holding you back most in your life, you're being told by the person who's supposed to help you, you'll never get rid of it. You're gonna have it forever. Sorry. That's what leads to our community having a 44% higher suicide rate. People who suffer from skin disease have a 44% higher suicide rate than the rest of the world. The major culprit of that is this helpless feeling that we have that comes from our doctors because they are propagandized by these pharmaceutical companies that this is what you do to help these people and that the science says there is no cure, so give them these drugs. And the doctors, because of their broken system, they spend an average of 7 minutes per patient these days. That's not enough time to help someone heal their skin. 7 minutes is just enough time to make sure you dock their insurance, get their copay, and tell them about the latest and greatest drug from the pharmaceutical rep who just left your office. They're profit driven, they propagandize constantly, and they have taken control over the medical system. Even our own doctors get their education from pharmaceutical reps. It's a freaking crazy world we live in.